do a little test here. I still don't trust my luck with live streaming. Looks like it's working. God, I'm such a freaking noob when it comes to live streaming. So funny. Yeah, it looks like it's working. All right, so what was I gonna do? Let me throw up Discord. All right, so you can join me on the live stream chat in Discord if you want to interact with me. I don't. I'll try my best to look at the chat on here. I think there should be chat on here. So, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm just kind of kicking around the restream here, but you can hit me up on Discord, chat in here, or on all the things. There we go. Throw that in there. So, I need to share. Let me share my screen here. I'll share this screen. That might be a whole lot of screen, you know? Dang. Might be, you know. I don't know. Maybe I might have to knock it down to a window. But basically what I was thinking about doing was creating a module dedicated to quota. So let's go to Bing and Azure REST API reference. Probably should put a bookmark in this. And there should be like something. This is where I went spelunking last time for the compute. Some folks on Discord are trying to. Must I do everything myself? You poor guy. I probably should. I probably should post the link. You know, in the Discord. That would be nice of me, wouldn't it? There. Yeah. There we go. All right. All right, so back to business. So I want to hit quotas. Check quota. Of course, there's not going to be like an easy number of these, right? Get quotas. Should be under like compute. Azure Quota REST API reference. The Azure Quota REST API. So the goal that I'm trying to achieve is just very similar to my compute SKU module. I want to create a module for testing your quotas, right? So just like we can now validate region, right? I would like to validate your, like, if you, so we're validating, is this the region that you want? Is it a valid region? Which it's a simple string, magic string test. But then we're also able to validate the SKU that you put in for the virtual machine. And we can filter and then validate, right? Like you set some requirements, and you tell us the SKU that you want, and like we tell you if that SKU meets your requirements or not. But capacity is one thing I don't think I can solve, right? My friendly friendly internet stranger posted a wonderful comment to my, I think it was my region validation video. Yeah, it was Brandon Clove. He said, that's pretty cool. You could also do something similar with VM SKUs, which I did. This is like where I got the idea from. And he said, validating the SKU is available in your region you want to use. Validating the SKU meets your CPU and memory requirements. Check, check. Validating there is sufficient capacity. Probably won't be able to do that within the region/availability zone, which would be amazing. Dear God, let me tell you. But maybe the closest thing I can do is like actually check your quota. Of course, you will get a Clang talk to the hand, quota issue, but maybe I could submit a quota request. I don't registry. I don't know if there is a like a quota request. Probably not. Resource, no. But maybe the closest thing I can do is submit a quota request if you lack sufficient access, right? That would be cool. Azure Quota. Interesting. The Azure Quota Service API. Never used this before. This looks promising. Resource name. This looks very promising. And there it is, Microsoft.compute. Wunderbar. So a quota API put, call, and scope. The quota API put request includes a scope parameter that can be customized to align with the requirements of the resource provider seeking the quota increase. So this is basically what I would need in order to submit the quota increase. That's like, I guess, stage 2. I really, just want to do a get first. That's kind of nice. And here we go. So get the quota limit of a resource. Now, the resource name, I'm gonna have to like figure out how to pass in like Microsoft.compute virtual machine, but I need to be able to filter it, right? Ooh, oh, good. We have samples. I like samples. Okay, interesting. So that's where I put the region and the family. So I'm going to have to like request quota based on the family. That's different than the SKU. However, if I'm lucky at all, I will be able to I'll be able to obtain the SKU family from my compute SKU module. So let's go look at this thing. In my, I guess I can go look. VMs all Terraform init, Terraform apply. So I can go check. Actually, I think I saved it somewhere in my code where I was just, oh, there it is. Yeah. Does not look like, yeah, I didn't remember, but this is capabilities, right? So capabilities may be different. See, I outputted the capabilities array. There might be more. There might be more on this thing right here. So, in this output, it's kind of nasty. But let me just drop registry. Let me just drop that to a local file. I am just going to throw your output to a local file, SKUs, and we're going to take the raw output of all the things. It's going to be pretty big. It's going to be pretty big. And SKUs.bar. I think it's JSON. All right. So let's try that. Probably didn't need to run init. It's already on the same directory. All right, let's throw that in there. And let's see what we get. Should be, do we have a family? If there's a family, I definitely need. Oh, yes. Oh, I definitely need to output the family. Whoa. See, this validation feature of 1.9 is just, I mean, it opens up so many doors, to create data integrity where there was no data integrity previously. I mean, it is, it is, pretty sad. Like, I mean, it's really cool what you can do, like with automation, infrastructures, code automation using Terraform. But as a traditional software engineer, it's like there's usually, oh, my Xbox is going to turn off. There's usually a some like linkage, and like having things that depend on magic strings being a certain magic string is inherently brittle, right? Like, so we want to avoid that. What level of where is this in this object? It's not in. Tell me it's not in capabilities. It can't be in capabilities. I just can't see enough vertically. Why am I not taking advantage of my screen? I mean, I can see a whole lot more. You just won't be able to. So it's under capabilities. Yeah, it's probably not something that shows up under disks. That's probably why. Ooh, I don't know if I'm showing this. I don't know if I'm including the location info. I don't know if I'm parsing that at all. Damn. So I thought this live stream, I was just going to work on a new module. I might actually just be adding features to my compute SKUs module because I'm realizing there are, some pretty sick features that I'm not even including at all, which is kind of sad. I definitely don't need that much terminal space. So I definitely need family. I definitely need location. Now, this is the nasty deformed claw of a VM filter. I do set a location. Now what would be interesting is because the SKUs come back with like the location info. I wonder how likely it would be that if a SKU is supported, this is a VM SKU, right? Host groups. Let me look for virtual machines. Same. Yeah. So location info, family, blah. Now, yeah. So some of those other like what I actually don't even know what host groups are. I'll have to look into that. But I wonder if your SKU is available within a region that has availability zones, it doesn't seem very likely that SKU wouldn't be available in all zones. Seems like that would be extremely, extremely unlikely. Hey, bro. What's up, bro? Thank you. Thank you. Loving the bro says loving the content from YouTube. Any good resources you would recommend for getting started with Terraform? Oh man. Are you looking to like do you already know a cloud, bro? Can I call you bro? Is that cool? If you already know a cloud, um, my answer might change. Yeah. I wish there was like an alert that would let me know that there was chat. Because bro asked that, I guess 3 minutes ago. That's not so bad. That's not a bad SLA. Okay. Oh, he's here. We got a live one. Oh, and we got a new one. Will you be using Terraform for your Proxmox lab? Hell yeah, man. Yeah. I used Terraform with Proxmox. I just released that video. It was a recording of the Hug, the HashiCorp user group meetup that was yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. Like I zero prep. Okay, sorry. Like full disclosure here. Like zero prep. I didn't go check Sessionize because one of my buddies that frequents the HashiCorp user group, he works for Amazon AWS, and he offered to do. He submitted a talk on the AWS Cloud CC provider, which I think would be great. And I was really excited when he told me about it, and I was really mad that I didn't check Sessionize. But yeah, so why am I even talking about this? Oh yeah. Because I was totally ill prepared because I didn't have a speaker. I was the speaker. So when you organize a meetup, if nobody volunteers to speak, guess who's the speaker, right? Or you just show up and you just, But I feel like there's more incentive, like for a meetup, if there's like somebody that's going to go talk about something. Otherwise, you kind of just sit around and kind of look at each other awkwardly while you chew on pizza, which is weird. I've been to a couple meetups like that. I try to make the best of it, lemons out of lemonade and all that. But I'm gonna try and Raji Fuja. That's a cool name, Raji Fuja. Raji Fuja says, "Will you be using Terraform for your Proxmox lab?" Hell yes. And that's what I demonstrated and gave a walkthrough yesterday at the Hug. You can go. It's my latest video. It's not a live stream, but if you guys want to go look at that, like I can play around with my Minecraft Packer build that I'm trying to fix. I'm trying to improve my Packer template for my Minecraft server for my son. Make it a little bit more rock solid, right? So that like if crap breaks, you know, it'll we can restore the worlds from backup, and and just like without like it being like a big fire drill and all that. So that's what I'm working on. Bro says, yeah, bro is fine, cool, yeah, but I'm trying to learn them both at the same time. I need to start with Azure. I have minimal exposure to that, looking to do my AZ 104 in the next couple of weeks for study prep. Okay, cool, good luck with that, man. I've considered creating like because some people have like, hey, Azure Terraformer, we love your channel. It's really cool, but like you're so scatterbrained, and I am. Like I like this YouTube channel is just a passion project of mine. I just do it for fun, for kicks, to learn new things and share the stuff that I know, what little I know. But some people are like, "Hey, man, we love your stuff, but it's so disorganized. Yeah, have you considered creating a course, you know, on something like Udemy or Pluralsight or whatever?" I don't know. Whoever's in business these days. um, and there's so many great content creators that create training content. Um, I've I've contemplated this, and I'm like, if I were to create a training course, what would I do, right? What would be, because I don't just want to be like me too, right? I would have to bring like some unique angle to it, to make it my own, like to feel like I'm not just yet another voice, right? So I thought, a lot of people are trying to do the AZ 104. So I looked into the AZ 104 content, the official Microsoft content, and it takes you through a lot of click ops stuff. Not gonna lie, right? There's a lot of click ops. It's like, and it almost seems like it's geared for somebody who's trying to learn Azure, which is fine. Like you, bro, like you're trying to learn Azure. Um, but then like the automation side of it is like very, very much feels like a bolt on, right? Like here's how Azure works. And by the way, like you can use the Azure CLI, you can use Azure PowerShell, and there's ARM templates and things like that. But I thought, it would be cool to create a training. Like if I were to create a course, it would be like for AZ 104, and I would be like, all right, we're gonna just automate everything with Terraform, right? And so, yes, excuse me, yes, you would know. Like, of course, I'd probably have to cover like how to do it the ClickOps way, but I would give you the Terraform way too, right? And some of these things are rather exotic, and they would probably require the AZ API provider, right? Which you ain't getting through, the ARM template, method. So, but so bro, like whenever I've sat for an exam, right? I've gone to these, training courses. Like when I sat for my AWS exams, in a former life, um, I got a few of those under my belt. Um, I did Cloud Guru, so I think the subscription would be worth it. Like I don't know who's in business these days, but like look for like a well-known, you know, training site like that. Um, and yeah, there's definitely got to be like a Terraform, Terraform um, training course. I think Andrew Brown's a good name too. Like that guy, I was looking at his courses, like it seemed pretty legit. Let me see if I can find some links. AZ 104. I've never taken the AZ 104, honestly, but oh yeah, uh, this is the guy. It might. Oh gosh, it's gonna blast me. So free code camps, right? Like I don't know. Check this out, man. I'm sending you to other YouTube content. I'm not really. This is not helping my view count. Yeah, dude, he is. He is, man. He's a cool guy. He's a funny guy. I've talked to him, um, on the socials. Funny guy. Funny guy. Um, but yeah, he does a lot of stuff. I honestly I don't know how the a lot of these like training guys like can know so much about so many things. It just blows my mind. Like Brian Krausen. He's a buddy of mine. You should check out his stuff too. Brian Krausen is his content. I think he's got like the most popular Terraform course on Udemy. So definitely check him out. Um, yeah. So, bro, are you talking about Brian Krausen? Yeah, 100 hours. Jeez. Talk about a grind, man. Like, oh my God. Like that's insane. 100 hours. Oh, I I couldn't do it, guys. Um, yeah, like folks like Brian Krause, and he does like every HashiCorp tool under the sun, and um, he came and gave a talk at the HashiCorp user group in Columbus, Ohio, and he almost like gave us a free course of console. It was like, dang man, yeah, keep dropping the knowledge bombs. Yeah, free code camp. Yeah, it seems like free code. I don't know like who runs free code camp. It seems like they have a whole bunch of people that go on there. It's not just like one person. Um, but yeah, free code camp, man, they've got a huge amount of views on YouTube, and seems like they have kind of like a bit of everything. Um, but like, bro, seriously, question for you, bro. Have you actually tried like the official Microsoft learning content for AZ 104? What do you think of that? What do you think of that? Or is that just too boring? Like, because it seems like it's like you got to read it, right? You got to read it. It's all on a web page. Yeah, Jay, I'm with you, Jay. Like, I like to just like go figure stuff out, but sometimes you need like a push in the right direction, right? Like, it's like, especially if you're super new, right? Like if you already have many years of experience in kind of tangential fields. Alexander Potts, what's up, bro? How's it going, man? Microsoft Learn is still the best. Ah, do you work for Microsoft, Alexander? he's he's selling the Kool Aid right there, man. Um, Cloudhawk, that's a cool name. I like that. Checking in, Azure Terraformer. You literally taught me Terraform by watching your content. Yeah, Cloudhawk. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Cloudhawk, did you check out my shorts? Not the shorts I'm wearing right now. That would be weird. But like the shorts, like on my YouTube channel, like the Terraform 10. I mean Terraform 29. Like I went up to 29 episodes of that, like 1 minute. Would love to know if those were useful or if it was just like too short. I don't know, but what do we? Wow, we got quite a little bit of crowd here. Nobody. By the way, you guys can pop on Discord and chat me up too. So if you guys aren't on the Discord, there's that little QR code right there. Go check it out. Nobody's actually looking at my code, so boop boop. There we go. It's fine. Quincy Larson. Quincy Larson runs Free Code Camp. Okay, cool. I'll have to look for them on the socials. See what they do themselves. Um, they ask a ton of questions about app service SKUs, and so, see, like I only know like 3 app service SKUs, and I don't even know if you would even know the actual code unless you use an automation tool to like tell it like what code, like Y1 is like, and I'm Y1 is like the serverless um Azure functions, like the consumable app service plan, and then EP1 and EP2, right? Those are the premium function plans. And then honestly, it's been so long since I've used a standard app service plan, because usually when I'm using app service, I'm doing functions, and I'm gonna either use Y1 if it's something really tiny, or I'm gonna use EP1 or EP2. But so where do these hug meetups get scheduled at? I schedule them on Meetup, um, meetup.com. So you should check that out. There might be a hug near you. You know, I get the hug. It's kind of fun. Like, it's an acronym, obviously, HashiCorp User Group, but it is a little weird telling people, yeah, we're gonna have a hug tonight. I mean, I know it's like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I can't say I'm not a hugger. Like, I hug my family and I hug close friends, but I don't hug like strangers, So it's kind of weird using hug as like that acronym as I say this as a HashiCorp ambassador, but they want feedback, right? So like I don't know. What does Chad think? Do you think is hug kind of a little bit too intimate? Or am I just weird? I don't know. Um oh, Cloudhawk, you didn't even see my shorts. Nice shorts, by the way. Yeah. Uh, yeah, you don't even know. Like I could be wearing polka dot shorts right now. Praise be to COVID, right? Like in the era of Zoom life. I have tons of stories I can share on Discord. Deprecation migrations. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, man. Clients bring me setup. Okay, Jay, I'm trying to follow you, man. Datkin, what's up? Yeah, you should take that test, man. Sit for it. Doesn't actually seem so hard. They ask it. Yeah. Okay. I was talking to Dadkin about. I just. Where we at? Where we at? Okay. I think I'm caught up. I think I'm caught up. So Jay says client brings me setup requests and they let me start learning those services and give me excuses to deep dive. Yeah, absolutely. That's the best way to learn, man. It's like, hey, what service should we use? Go set up a POC, kick the tires, right? And then you can kind of, you know, um, figure out like you got to go to registry.terraform.io and hit the Azure provider. This is what you do every time, and you go look for the resource type, right? And then you take the sample, you copy pasta that into VS Code, and you sanity check it to make sure you're not going to spend like $1 million, right? But this is probably a client subscription anyway, right? So like, there's probably some budget there, but and then you kind of tweak it and you make adjustments, and figure out that resource. It's I like it. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, would love to hear some of those stories, Jay. Like throw them into Discord, man. We got lots of channels, mostly automation stuff on Discord. We have a channel for almost every Microsoft Terraform provider, Azure RM, Azure DevOps, because I like automating the automation. Azure AD, Entra, and then GitHub, which is not technically a Microsoft proper provider, but whatever. And then we have pipeline tools. So like you want to talk about Azure DevOps, we got a whole channel just for that. And that's just like anything Azure DevOps pipelines. So the YAML stuff, release pipelines, like whatever you want to talk about, go for it. Yeah, like the Discord has been popping recently. Like, and it's not just me on there posting links to my videos, which is wonderful. Um, but like it's Terraform and Azure are kind of the center pieces, but like there's so many other concepts. Like Richard Wong from Singapore, who's a member of the channel. Thank you, Richard. Love you, man. He was like, Mark, I've been doing a lot more with FinOps. Can we have a FinOps channel? I'm like, hell yeah, let's do that. So we're, I'm kind of I'm regulating. Like we don't want to have channels that are just completely, sleepy. But yeah, it's Azure Terraform and then anything tangential, really. So um I would jump on videos where you would just pick a topic and go ham. I love it, Cloudhawk. You totally get me, man. Because I'm totally hamming on all my content. That's all I'm doing. I'm just hamming. I'm spinning a yarn, right? I'm just like, yeah, let's do this, man. Like I've used this resource like 100 times before. Like I don't need to prep. I don't need show notes. I don't need a script. I don't need a teleprompter. Let's just get my ass in the chair and just like I don't know, bang some stuff out. Will I make mistakes? Hell yeah, I'm going to make some mistakes because I don't have all this crap committed to memory, and nobody should. If you do, I feel bad for you. Honestly, I do. Dave Sheeks, what's up, man? I see you on LinkedIn all the time, man. Thank you so much for the love. Appreciate it. I'm CloudHawk. I salute you. I'm glad you find my hamming it up helpful. It's awesome. Uh, yeah, bro, where are you located? You should look for your local hug, man. They're not too far away from. Oh, bro's hinting that he's a neighbor. You're a neighborhood bro. Okay, nice. Yeah, you should come up to C-Bus, man. If you're C-Bus adjacent or in C-Bus, you're being rather coy, bro. So I don't know what to read in here. I think hug is cool. You can that. You can that in ways entertaining. Like, oh, want to learn Terraform? Yeah, yeah. Let's hug it out. So CloudHawk is clearly a hugger. Okay, I love it. Definitely hugging events may get a little complicated if there is a hug event. Yes. Yeah. This is not Japan, It's not a place to, find okay, we're getting a little off the rails here. Um you have created a very good Discord server. Want to learn FinOps and deploy? Yeah, man. Raji Fuja. That's an awesome name, by the way. I love that name, Raji Fuja. Yeah, hit up Discord. Say hello. There's a hello. My name is. Make an introduction. Do it. Yeah. Oh, thank you, bro. Yeah, that book. Um, it's been a long time coming. Like my publisher is extremely patient. Let's put it that way. Because I'm like, yeah, I get my son. I literally went through 2 baseball seasons with my son. Okay, and they were patient. Okay, 614. Oh, do we have a bunch of local people on here? Like, how do you guys know the area code for? Uh, I don't. Is 513 Cincy? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. Dude, I went to school. A good friend of mine was from Findlay, man. Everybody that I've ever known that came from Findlay loves that place, man, and they want to go back. It's not like, oh yeah, I fondly remember Findlay, and I will never live there ever again. No, no, they're like living wherever they're living, so that they can eventually move back to Findlay. I don't know what it is. It's an interesting thing. I mean, they must have something in the water there in Findlay. But people love that place. I think I just went to a drive-in movie there with my friend when I was a wee tot. Back when we had drive-in movies, then kind of dating myself, but uh, figure it out mindset. No magic to learning Azure Terraform and moving up on. Yep. Yeah. Thanks, man. Trying to keep it real. Trying to keep it real. I don't know everything. I'm trying not to be a bullshit artist, hand waver extraordinaire. If I don't know something, like I just tell you, right? Or I'm just like, I don't know. I got to look that shit up, because the cloud is just too big. The cloud is too big to just put it all in your brain. So, but it is important to know the concepts, right? Because if you understand the concepts, they transcend the cloud. Any cloud that you're on. So that's what I try and, like, in my book, I lay the foundation, because like to if you learn Terraform and you don't know a cloud, that's why I asked you, bro. Like, the first thing is, like, do you already know a cloud? Because if you don't know a cloud, there's no point in learning Terraform, really, right? Now, what you're doing, bro, you're trying to learn Terraform in parallel with learning cloud. That's great. But like, you need to understand what you're going to automate in order to automate it, right? So I think it's super, super important, because it's not going to work out well for you. If like you don't understand how VMs work, and you get on a project with a customer and they're like, hey, use Terraform to automate VMs, right? You're going to be like, what? I don't, where do these things connect together? I can't even comprehend. Likewise, somebody who's super awesome at Terraform with VMs, if they don't know the architecture of like Azure App Service or AKS, they're going to be totally out of their water, right? They're just going to be like, I don't know what to do. Like these resources I've never touched before. So it's really important to know what you want to automate, and the first step to that is to manually provision it, right? Um, and kind of see what happens, and then interrogate. Yeah, bro. I mean, I wouldn't serialize it per se, right? You can do it in parallel, absolutely, and I think you should do it in parallel because, frankly, this might be controversial, but like, gone are the days of click ops, man. Like, click ops is not like if you want to differentiate yourself in the market, and I know the market's hard, right? I go to Columbus Code and Coffee, which there's a lot of folks that are trying to break into the tech industry, so I hear it all the time. It's a pretty bad job market out there, and so if you want to differentiate yourself, you can't just go for the AZ 104. Like, I think like what you're doing, bro, is really smart. Like, you gotta learn like the automation side of it too. You gotta learn Git. Okay. You gotta learn Bash. You gotta learn a little bit of programming. Even if you're not from a programming. Click ops me right here. Yeah, man. Like, so say we all, right? But Raji Fuja used to live in Cbus and Cincy, like simultaneously. Man, you must have long legs, dude. Finley Market is something. Oh, like the farmers market or something. Pulled pork sandwiches. Cool. I use GitHub Desktop. Is that ClickOps? Okay. Okay, Dakin. Dakin. We got some funny stuff, Dakin. All right, guys. So you guys chat. Can you guys even see my screen, or is it too big? Like, do I need to? I can make the font bigger. Look at that. It's huge. There we go. So this is I'm adding a feature. So I came into this and I was gonna write a new module to get your quota, because I've been just like in love with the Terraform 1.9 features. By the way, you guys got to upgrade. Who's upgraded to Terraform 1.9? Tell me. Too small. That's what she said. But I think you are definitely fundamental concepts. Too small, but I'm on the phone. That's what she said. Definitely fundamental concepts for someone like me is crucial. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And bro, I would say pick 1.92. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Dave Sheeks is rolling on the fast track, right? Bro, I would probably start with like the basics, right? Of like virtual machines. Like, if you can get that, then it's like, okay. It's not as sexy. It's not as sexy, but it's like the fundamentals, right? Everything is built on top of virtual machines at some point, right? The concepts, even Kubernetes, right? Like AKS and all that stuff. Um, so learn. This might be controversial, but learn Packer, right? Because there's no funny business going on with Packer. Like, it really, you really have to understand the operating system, right? That you're automating with Packer. Whereas with Docker, it's abstracted from you quite a bit, right? So you may not get that full understanding of what the crap is going on. Are you writing up something for VM SKUs? Yeah, exactly. So Jay, that's what I'm doing. Today I was just gonna pop on here and write a new module to get your quota. And then I was gonna write a module to like automatically, like, here's my vision, right? So I've got a module that validates your regions. That I took, I kind of took what Matt White did, and I kind of refactored it a bit, made it made it my own a bit. So you can, and basically the goal of that is to use the 1.9 feature to validate your region, right? Um, and to pick a random region as well when you're doing like a skunkworks project. But then I created the compute SKUs module, and this is literally the code base that is my module. Like you can go out. Let me go to registry.terraform. There's my little buddy, and let me go to my profile. Now, this is really weird. I've an Azure Terraform organization in GitHub, and when I go to my profile, oh, what the hell did I just do? When I go to my profile, I only see my Mark TI. That's my GitHub account. And so I have to like go here and type in Azure Terraformer because I'm like, I should probably publish modules that don't have a funny dog face on them because I know somebody's gonna like have a stern talking to from their manager. Like, we some guy from security looked at the Terraform modules that you're using, and this module right here has some dog wearing glasses on it. So like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like, what do we pay you for? Like, don't use Terraform modules with a funny dog with glasses face on it. Um, but so I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe I should do something about that. Yeah, Dave Sheets, Ansible's cool. Ansible's cool. Um, I I did post a video about how I use Packer, Terraform, and Ansible together. This was before the IBM Mac, right? And I just, I actually like at Microsoft we had a solution that we built, and we automated it with those three things. We had Packer, Terraform, and Ansible, and they each served a role, right? Packer was for like the gold plated, like we know this works 100% of the time. We will never change this. Terraform was, spin everything up, right? And, get everything connected via the infrastructure. And then Ansible was like, we need to make fast, like tiny changes to configuration to refine and optimize. That's what Ansible like is awesome at, right? And so the Ansible, inevitably, the changes that we refined once we finalized, yeah, let each do its purpose. Absolutely, right? And so once we finalize like the config in Ansible, we're like, okay, this is never going to change. This, like, we feel so confident in this setting, like we are going to promote it to Packer and bake an image, right? And so there's a whole life cycle to that, right? But of course, Ansible is really just like both Ansible and Packer are virtual machine like related automation tools. So unless you're doing virtual machine stuff, you really don't need those two. But you want to learn? I've upgraded. I'm still exploring different features. How does the output grow when? How does the output look though when through API? Is it a bit messy? So this is the output. This is the raw dog output from the data source. So this thing right here, right? So here, and it's funny. Like I don't take up the whole screen. I don't know why. Like I have enough screen real estate. I can show you all the code, right? So this is the AZ API resource action that I'm using to call the SKUs for a given region. So I mean I did a video on this, like, but like it's fine. Like I can talk you through it. You have to in the AZ API resource action, you have to specify the type, the resource provider that you want to hit, right? So in Azure, we've got a boatload of resource providers. They're called RPs for short, Romeo Papa, right? And then an API version, and then the resource path within that RP, right? And so the resource path is going to slightly vary depending on the RP. In this case, I'm just hitting the subscription essentially, and then I'm asking, hey, what SKUs are available, for this subscription. And if you don't apply, and if you don't apply a filter, i.e., this query string right here, well, I guess the query string starts with including the API version, but then use the ampersand, and then I apply this filter here. And so this filter, I'm basically, this is a specific query string parameter that's available for this SKU REST API. So if you're gonna go use a different one, and I was kind of looking up a new one that I was gonna use. Where is it? Yeah, this guy. So like look at this guy. This is the module I was gonna go develop, but before all you yahoos showed up and started chatting me up. um, but which is cool. Like it's fun. But I was researching this REST API because I'm basically going to do the same thing. I'm going to create a AZ API resource action called quotas in a new module. And then I'm going to wrap input variables around it. I'm going to parameterize the region and the family name. And when I saw this family name in the quota, you know, address path, I was like, oh crap. I don't want to have to go look that up, right? So that's when I started looking at my compute SKU module, because my compute SKU module should have a family name for the SKU. And lo and behold, look at it does, right? So let me collapse. Ooh, I don't want to collapse capability. I want to collapse just the capabilities and the location info, right? Yeah, look at us. We're on the host groups again. How'd I get back there? Don't want to go back there. So check this out. So for this SKU, standard A1 V2, right? I now can look up, like if I'm using standard A1 V2, now in order to check my quota for standard A1 V2, I have to use the family. I can't use the thing, right? So now we can, like, I can write a module that will pipe, the SKU that you select into the module that looks up your quota using output from the compute SKU lookup module. Now I'm debating to include it. I don't think I should include it in the compute SKU module. I think it should be a separate module, because the problem is, the more, like, every time you have a data source like this, it takes time, right? It literally goes out and calls the service. I'll run it right now. You can see how long it takes. Okay. Yeah, Jay, I'm glad you approve, man. Glad you approve. See, look how long this shit takes, right? It's just doing yeah, there we go. It's like, okay, writing to the log is not taking a long time, but it's making a REST API call. This particular REST API call, with all these attributes, and then it's getting back the result, and then I parse the heck out of that crap, using internal Terraform HCL, blah blah blah, right? And there's even more of that crap in here, right? And I deep dive this module, like on some recent video. I think a most recent video. I don't know if I deep dive this module yet. That's coming. But most recently, I think I deep dived the region module, which is pretty much the same. But like, this is, this is literally just data transformation of a bunch of nasty JSON. And here's the nasty JSON. Like, look at all that crap. Look at all that, right? So this, if I format document, this is all the stuff that comes back, right? Huge nasty JSON, right? So all of this, code in HCL is really just transforming a collection of objects into another collection of objects that has a more rational structure, right? Like, the numbers are numbers, the bools are bools, so that we can apply filters like this, like each of these are filters that basically say, all right, now give me only the virtual machine SKUs that have, you know, CPUs within this range and have available RAM within this range. There we go. Right. Um, uh, you can only do that easily, right? Once the data has been parsed and, created type safe attributes that are Boolean. Otherwise, you'd have to do a whole bunch of nasty like type conversion inside of these filter statements, which nobody wants to do, right? So, Jay, the way that you speed it up, and this is where like me and Matt White, my friend and colleague, kind of diverged, right? Matt wanted to speed it up, and so he built in like caching, right? And my problem is I can't get his module to work because every time I try and init his module, like it gives me some weird error. Maybe I could demonstrate. And the demo gods will surely punish me, and his module will work perfectly. When I try and show my experience, but it's happened to me multiple times, and I'm like, I really want to use this module, but like I just can't have this region, this like caching crap, like mess me. No, this is my module. Oh, where did he put it? Matt, where you put that module? I think it's just regions. Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to put this in here, right? And let's just try it out. So I'm going to put it in one of my samples. I'm working in VMs all. This is my sample. So I'm going to put his module in here, okay? And let's just try and output something. Output Matt's module. Value equals module dot regions dot. So now Matt's approach, Matt doesn't like set input variables. Like he wants you to do the parsing yourself, right? Which is one of the big changes when I refactored his module. Like I'm like, I don't want the consumer of my module to have to deal with freaking crazy ass nested for expressions, right? Do you want to like ask yourselves, do you want to, if you had a choice between working with nested for expressions or not working with nested for expressions, what would you choose? Just be honest. So let's see here. Let's see if I can get this to work. I'm gonna putz. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna absolutely putz if this thing works. But I think there's something there was something where the caching kept downloading stuff, and it like there was a type conflict and it didn't work. But it looks like it's going to work. It looks like it's going to work. Yeah, it did work. It did work. So you can see the output of Matt's module right here, right? He's giving you the display name and then a block like that. Yeah. And so what you would have to do, well, he has all these different outputs, right? So if you want to group by regions by name, geography group, right? Like you could output by oh, that's kind of cool. So let's filter by North. Let's see if ChatGPT works. So we'll try and filter out only North America. I don't think North America is actually that's not even a geography group. I think it's United States or just US. Let's say Europe. Okay, that's a much more reliable geography group. So what must be happening is I will use Matt's module, and then Matt's module like will go up, because if you go look at the Git repo, I think what he's doing is like he has some action that like, see this? He stores this cache data. See now he's on a treadmill where that cache, so he packages the cache data with his module. So whenever you download his module, it already has the cache data loaded. I think. Did I just make that up? I thought that's what he explained to me. Yeah, that's what's happening. Absolutely. So this is he's caching the raw output. But then the problem is like there's a race condition where if something changes on Azure such that what's out there is out of sync with like what is cached in his module, then there will be a type conflict and it will just crap out on you. And I've ran into that so many times. Like while using his module, I'm just like, I don't want to use local cache at all. Exactly. Things can change after the cache. So like now theoretically the caching should update. But so Jay, if we're gonna this is my theory. If we're gonna use AZ API, like we should just go to the source and get the data, right? That in my opinion, that's what we should do. Because we are very limited in how we do the caching. And the way he does the caching is he has to use the local provider. I'm not even looking in the right place. I don't even know. I should probably look in cache data. That's probably where I should look. No, so he's building the local that he's going to save to a local file. So, or he's going to read the local file. Maybe it's in locals.tf. I just know I had to rip it out from somewhere. Yeah, so this is all the code that I refactored because basically, like, I got rid of all this local stuff. I'm like, nah, we're not using local data. We're just like going to the source. Location. Oh, man, I wish I had this cloned because I'm not able to find where he's saving the data. Wouldn't be in main, would it? Surely it wouldn't be in main. No, it's definitely not in main. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's like some bot, right? Yeah, I think so. He's got some. I want to log in with my Microsoft credentials. Oh man, don't email me. Yeah. So this must be what is update data. Yeah. So he's got this update data thing. And I must just be really unlucky, right? Because or does it update the version? Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe it's updating the version. That would be kind of weird though, right? I don't, because like if I'm pulling a specific version of his module, yeah, that's probably what it is. Because I always pull a specific version of the module, and if it detects a delta with what's it live, then my specific version of the module is absolutely borked because it's like can't have a tuple that does not match the count, and it's the most frustrating thing. Jay's still with me here. That means the end user will have to remove the cache completely in the event that they haven't used the module in a while to be safe. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what needs to happen. Like, so it just adds complexity where it's not that much faster, you know? Like, and then I know for sure the data is up to date, right? Um, I'm gonna undo these changes, but and it's probably the reason why it worked for me this time, and it didn't work for me in that other the project that actually prompted me to rewrite this module or refactor this module. It was probably because I had already ran Terraform apply, and it had already pulled the cache, and the cache was out of date, and then it was like f off. So yeah, I don't really want to save this file, to be honest. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm not going to save this file. Okay. But one thing I do want to add is I wanted to get the family, because I'm actually not loading the family, but that seems like a super important thing. So I want to go get the family. So let's get the family. So we're pulling it off the SKUs. We're setting the family to SKU.family. This should work. All VM SKUs. And I just need to set family equals SKU.family. All right, so let's try this again. Who pinging me? Somebody pinging me? I don't know. Let's do this. So we're going to get family interrupted. Interrupted. Here we go. Oh, we just deleted it all. So I need something more than just, I think I want details. Didn't I include a details output? Yeah. Yeah, so the details like literally outputs like everything. So let me just, instead of names, let's output the details, and then I'll get to see all of the things. It's going to be great. Look at all that. And now I got my family. Sweet. I love it. What else should I get, actually? Honestly, zone details feels so unnecessary for reasons I've already articulated. So I don't even think I need location anymore. So I load all these capabilities. That's cool. I don't even load a CPU architecture type. Jay says, this just gave me an ID for issuing our maintenance, for an issue our maintenance team has for client VMs that are stopped. When they start up, sometimes the SKU is not available in small regions, so they air out pre-planned steps. So Jay, is this like the capacity is not available, or there's a V? Oh yeah, it must be. So the VMs have stopped. You're trying to restart them, but the SKU is no longer available because capacity, maybe, or quota. Because if it's quota, we could solve that. But if it's capacity, not much we can do, really. So I think this is good. I'm gonna ship this. I'm gonna release a new version of the module. Yeah, yeah. What do you guys think? Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Now, I probably don't want to include this big old JSON file. That would be kind of dumb to include that in the package, right? But I probably don't want to output this local file anymore. So I'm going to undo that. So, oh yeah. So really the only change that I'm going to do is I'm adding this family attribute to the data. And I'm changing my all VMs sample to output the details so that you can actually see all the fields. So let's go git checkout b feature. Like what would this be? Add VM family attribute. All right, add VM family. Let's go. Now I just got to go to my module, compute SKUs module. Gonna submit a PR to myself. So I didn't actually show anybody that I did this. Yeah, capacity. It sucks. Sorry, man. We're working on it. Trust me. We are absolutely working on it. Somebody scan the barcode. Cool. Hope to see you guys in Discord. But other clients run into quota. I run into quota stuff all the time. So once I get this family thing though, and once I build my new module, which I'm gonna go submit, I'll be able to. Yeah, let's merge this. I'm good. I need to add Terraform tests to this module. That's the thing I want to do. But did you notice? Oh crap! Like check this out. I implemented a Terraform docs action that pre-commits updated Terraform docs. So all of my modules get up to date documentation in this module, right? So I did not. You notice I did not change my documentation file. Crap. Family doesn't yeah. Family's not actually a top level input variable, so it's not going to show up. Bad example. Bad example. Sorry about that. Yeah, my bad. My bad. Anyways, let me push a new tag. What tag am I on? Okay. 1.1.0. Git tag v 1.1.1. Git push origin tags. There you go. So refresh. Voila. Now let's go back to the module registry. And actually they got a lot faster. Like it already has the latest version right there. So now I can go update my module registry thing. And we will put a 1 in there. It's a minor release. I don't need to do this, right? So what? That is sweet. What, Jay, what is sweet? What are you talking about, man? What the other client runs? Yeah. What's sweet, man? Tell me. I want to know. Did I do something sweet? I don't know. Did I say something sweet? All right. So, oh, what a, yeah, I did it, didn't I? Got to rebase here. Oh yeah, doc update. Yeah. I'm gonna add this to my GitHub ATAT so that it'll just work with everybody. However, I am using a GitHub Pat token, which is not great, and is probably not canon. So I do need to be careful. Where am I in my rebase here? Fetch all, pull. Okay. So now git checkout. What was my feature branch called? Add VM family. Git rebase main. Git push force. Okay, now we can sync and everything should be hunky dory. I probably need to submit another pull request, which is kind of annoying. A little bit. New pull request from that same old branch. And this is an even more brain dead pull request because I'm just updating an example. That's all I'm doing. It's really simple. And my Terraform docs is running. So this thing, it is really cool. Like it will update all of the automatically generated documentation for every Terraform module. That's the actual mod. This is a mono module repo. It's like a single module is in this repo, but it has several modules that are examples, right? So that when people clone this repo, they can go kick the tires on the examples folder and see how the module is intended to work. But this thing will generates documentation for all of my modules, right? So like all of these things show up, which is pretty wicked. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Look at that. All right. So maybe I should start the quota module. I just want to see if I can get the quota. That would be like a fun thing to do, right? So let me go to my organization. I'm going to create a new create a repository. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just going to call this quotas. Sure. Grab that. Where am I at? There we go. So I probably want a new window so that I can cheat and like take a bunch of cool stuff from this module. Open folder. I've got so many things, man. Where is it? They usually put, yeah, there it is. They put new folders at the top, which is nice. Dude, it is fun. Like Terraform's fun. I like Terraform. It's a lot of fun. Examples. So I'm going to start by creating an example for my module. I don't know. All baseline. Let's do that. Main. And we'll just throw on all the stuff. I mean, I probably could have wrote that myself. That's kind of silly. I'm like, I really have to copy this because, man, this is like very, very detailed code. Like I just don't know what I would do, without, the copy pasta. So now this is probably all that I need to start with. I don't even have an input variable. There we go. Terminal, new terminal, CD examples, CD baseline, Terraform, init. So we pulled the modules. I don't even have the versions, which I really should. Misspelt that. There we go. Probably pulled the wrong provider versions. I try and keep the provider requirements low so that you don't have to suffer from that. I agree, Alexander. It is pretty fun. It's I don't know what it is about it. Like, what, Alexander, what do you find fun about it? I'm curious. I agree. I agree. Obviously, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel about terraforming Azure if I didn't find it fun. So I'm just kind of curious. Somebody else like yourself, Alexander, what do you find fun about it? Help me articulate this feeling that we both share clearly. I don't need a location. So now I got to go look at the docs, right? So I got to go look at the quota thing. I already have an example value, so I think I'm gonna I need to start putting variables in here. Variable family. Wait until client causes drift that Terraform uses, and some that Terraform doesn't see. Yeah, day 2 ops, Jay. I feel you, man. Like, it's the least fun. Hey, we got a new person says hello. My name is in here. Who's this? Hello world. Thank you for having me. I've been learning Terraform for the past few months. I also work with Sentinel and other aspects of Azure. I look forward to learning and sharing with the community. Thank you. All right, man. We gotta say hello. SQL. Yeah, it's been a while since I've worked with SQL Server. I mean, at Microsoft, most of the databases that I work with are Kusto. So I'm using KQL, not SQL, but not too different, man. Maybe I could just copy this thing, because this might, but that's the response. Let me just copy this and let's just see what it looks like. Whoa! Holy Toledo. Not that I wasn't expecting that. So this looks accurate. I'm just breaking this down, right? Subscriptions. We don't need this. This is going to just go away. Subscriptions, providers, compute. Now the question is, should locations and all this jazz? I think it does. I think this is where the AZ API action goes. So I have to go all the way up to here, right? Because we're no longer doing the Microsoft compute stuff. So remember I was saying that the path of the resource ID for these actions is RP specific. Oh, and I have to use quota, right? So I have to change that to quota. We're using this version. So let me update that. Update that. Yep. And then locations, I can plug that in as a var.location. And I need my location variable. GitHub Copilot's so cool. It's like autocomplete, man. Now this thing needs a location. We'll just pick on West US 3, and I need a family. I already have a family, but you know, I need a family for this module. Let's try that. Got to reinit. Oh, was that you, CloudHawk? Cool, dude. I'm gonna have to put a note on your Discord profile so I can be like, okay, this is CloudHawk. CloudHawk from YouTube live stream. There we go. Sweet. I added you as a friend. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for to see what CloudHawk says. If we can be friends. Can we be friends? Can we be friends, CloudHawk? CloudHawk. It's getting weird, guys. It's almost midnight. This makes sense. Going to mess with other types and see what I can get back from it. Yeah, that's exactly right, Jay. I'm just so this type I'm calling quotas. Now I have to change the action, which the action is pretty obvious what's happening here. Now this is the actually I think this is the action. Or I guess it's either I kind of feel like it's gonna be like this, you know? It's gonna I think it's gonna be both. And the API version, but we don't have any other query string parameters like we did with the other thing because the location is already built into this. Let's see if this works. Are you guys nervous? I'm not. Outputs. Output. I don't know. What should I call this? Quota. I don't know. Result. Value. What? GitHub Copilot. Are you on crack, bro? Like, what? What are you doing? No, that doesn't make any sense. Stupid Copilot. Silly Copilot. Quotas. Quotas. Give me your quotas now. It shouldn't be output, right? This is why I have my cheat sheet here, right? Got to go to the cheat sheet. It's called output. Yeah. Can't trust IntelliSense. That's one thing that is a little bit frustrating. It could be my VM extension configuration here. I don't know. But now I do need to output. I need to output the output. Result. Quotas. Quotas. And it's not result. Yeah, it is result. Because I made it result. All right, let's init. Let's hold on to your butts. Let's see if this works. That's usually a sign that it didn't work. Invalid resource ID. Okay, let me guess. I have a hunch that it wants that over here. Well, let's go look at the actual. Yeah, I have a hunch that it needs to be like that, which doesn't make super sense to me because, but every RP is different, right? Every RP is different. So the resource I no, it doesn't like that either. Why doesn't it like that? I'm passing in a location. I'm passing in subscriptions, my subscription ID. Oh, I jumped the gun here, Padres. Whoops. Yeah. I typo, right? Like I thought that the quota wouldn't need, because we're using Microsoft.quotas. Now I think this should go back to here, because I think that is like that isn't part of the resource ID. So I think the resource ID actually goes to right there. And so I needed providers, Microsoft.compute, locations, and now technically I should probably parameterize Microsoft.compute, because this quotas thing is so generic. Like, you can pass in whatever the hell you want, right? So I may need to parameter. Let's just get it working first. How about that? Let's go, brother. Let's just get it working. Locations, location, providers, Microsoft quota. All right, let's try this. All right, hang on to your butts. Oh, son of a biscuit. Still doesn't like that. Still doesn't like that resource ID, man. Why don't you like that resource ID? Do I need to put this back? I might need to put that back. It feels wrong to me. It feels really wrong to me. No. It couldn't possibly be from a Terraform init, could it? I don't think so. So, where's the documentation? Why are you not working? I'm mad. I'm really mad, man. You were supposed to work. Did I somehow like bork this? Like when I copied it over? No, it pretty much looks like what it should look like. Yeah, I didn't bork nothing. API version. I feel very strongly that this should be right like that. Right? I feel very strongly about that. But like, why would my resource ID be wrong? I don't know, man. The target Azure resource URL. It's a scope. He wants me to Google. He wants me to ChatGPT. Time to ChatGPT. Okay, fine. Let's do this. Let's try. Let's see what. Okay, what should my prompt be? Okay, I am trying to convert this Azure REST API to get quotas for a given subscription and a given location to a Terraform resource called this is my current configuration. I always like to quote my text there. And then I just say, okay, but I am getting the following error back when I run Terraform apply. I'm not sure why the resource ID is invalid. I have structured it similarly to another resource that is working, which queries totally different REST API to get the SKUs for Azure virtual machines. Here is the working one. Where's my working one? Okay, this works. Let's see what it says. So it doesn't think I should include quotas. Should not include the action part quotas. So they apparently think, they feel confident that they can correct me. Ooh, wow, that's a radical decision change. Like they want me to. That's what I do for annoying little things like this. Sometimes I get lucky with good info. Jay, I do this. I do ChatGPT all the time. Okay, like don't feel bad. Like don't be like, I only do it sometimes. No. I do it all the time. It's so helpful. It's such a helpful tool. Like let's not be coy. All right. Now, is it perfect? No. But is it really damn good? I mean, yeah, it's really damn good. Let's look at this. Okay. So I'm just taking the string and I'm going to put it side by side with my string and we'll see if it makes sense. So basically their theory is that I shouldn't be doing this. That should be part of the action. However, I might have like it might be confused. I mean, it does seem strange that we have nested providers. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's worth a shot. Let's do it. Yeah, I knew I didn't plug that in properly. So now that I see, I like to like put stuff side by side just so you can like kind of north south it, kind of eyeball, make sure it's like exactly the same. And then once you know it's exactly the same, like character by character, just like whack it. But I have to delete that. And I think now that's interesting. They don't want me to, they don't want me to have a leading slash down there. Okay. Trust ChatGPT. Let's see. All right, drum roll. Nope. ChatGPT was wrong. Sorry, ChatGPT, you failed. Resource ID and type are not matched. Oh, did I not follow its instructions properly? Yeah. No. Resource ID and type are not matched. So maybe this should be compute. I mean, I feel like I'm hitting like early wave validation. Yeah. Are not matched. Expect type compute. Oh, compute / locations. So you got to read the whole freaking error message. Ooh, but got compute. Okay. I can work with this. And actually, I might go back to my old one. Oh my God. Missing registration for resource provider. I think we're in business. I just don't like have this. So Now, here's an interesting thing. How do I register this resource provider using Terraform? I've never done that per se. Okay. This is the working code. We'll go back that and add that later. But now I get this error. Is there a way to, what do I need to do? Register for the Microsoft.quota resource provider using Terraform? Maybe. Let me go add my working code. My partially working code, I suppose. Drop it right there in the foo. Let's see what it says. Resource, did it make this up? Did it make this up? Inquiring minds want to know. If you make this up, oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. There is a resource provider registration. Could I be so bold as just take this? I'll just take this. Ew, that looks nasty. Are you sure about that? Provider registration? Well, let's check the actual documentation. Open. Oh my gosh, where did this go? Provider. Why are you not opening? Do I have to refresh you? Like what? POC to automate our baseline support text with ChatGPT. Provider registration. Ah, here we go. Now it's got these like mean looking notes at the beginning. So I think ChatGPT just made this up. Like I don't I think I just need that. Right? Now maybe I can do a depends on. Does that make sense? That way like it does the registration first and then it does the data source. The plot thickens, guys. The plot thickens. This is uncharted territory, okay? Like I'm not used to this. I've never registered a resource provider with Terraform before, so this would be an absolute first. That's fun. I've honestly I'd click opposite because it's like a one and done thing for your subscriptions. It's doing it. I wonder how long this will take. Good Lord. I'll just kick back and play some Minecraft while this happens. What do you guys think? That's the one thing about Terraform. And just automation in general. You don't really get that in general software development, you know? There's no like long running like watch the grass grow type stuff that happens. I guess running like a crap load of integration tests. Jay, you're gonna pour one for me, mate. Holy crap! Wow, I didn't even get far enough to like launch Minecraft. SQL managed instance. Ah! Let's not talk about that, Jay. That thing takes it. It could provision faster. Let's just put it that way. Okay. It could provision faster. Broskies, look at this. I did it. I did it. Now, the only question is like, second time apply. Am I going to have problems? I'm kind of disappointed that didn't take longer so I could go punch a couple of trees on my Minecraft server. We're in business, yo. Oh my gosh. We are in business. So what am I doing? Why is it so small? You guys probably can't see anything. Anyways, I got rid of the local file. Local resource, local file, content equals data dot quotas dot output. Let's do that. Oh man, I'm such a moron. So what do you do? What do you do, Jay, while SQL managed instance is provisioning? I gotta run Terraform in it. Do you go play Minecraft? Be honest, because I know you can't drink a whiskey during work hours. All right, let's see what's inside this thing. Let's go. Oh, I gotta update my git igno. My git igno format. All right. Limit. What does that mean? Is this how much I have? I guess that's how much I have. 0. I ain't. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad, but let me snag my git ignore here. That there we go. I don't want to check in all this crap. So I'm gonna cheat again. Right? Watch this, guys. This is one of my favorite ChatGPT tricks. All right, watch this. I have this JSON output that comes from the AZ API resource action, blah. And I want to transform this into an HCL. What should the data structure be? Just like a I mean, I'm like spearfishing a specific family. So that sounds really weird to say I'm spearfishing a family. Account manager, since I'm free and get on another call and look for other jobs. JK. Hey Jay, you have one of the most anonymous usernames, so I think you're cool, man. Like even if your boss is watching as well, which I'm sure they aren't. Nobody's gonna know, man. Actually, yeah, like what if I don't pass like this quota thing? Like what if I pass no family name? That would be interesting, right? Would it return all my quotas? I mean, that would be a big time saver. but it might be a lot of data. I think it is. I think it's going to be a lot of data. Maybe not that much. Let's see. Let's see how much. There we go. It didn't update it though. Don't save. Maybe it's like all pissed because that should have updated that file. No changes. You're joking me. Oh yeah. It did update the file. Oh my lord, this is beautiful. Yes. 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 If you know what I'm referencing there, let me know, okay? Wow. Wow. Dude, I can have 2500 oh, it's an availability set. Now that's freaking cool, right? Like this could also be used for a lot of different things. And I was just thinking of like virtual machine SKUs, right? Let's virtual machines. All right. I like this. But I don't see the family listed. There's only 6. Basic. So, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of families here. But, interesting. So, all of these are just like items in this big, funky array. And this is almost like quotas and limits, right? It's like, well, I guess you would probably have, that is a quota technically, right? It may not be the service maximum. It may just be the limit or the current quota, but you could increase that to up into the limit, assuming you can get approval to do so. So I need to refine my ChatGPT guidance, and I need to tell it that I want to take the name and produce a map which has, this could be tricky because if there's complex objects in here, like I could run into, hey CJ, thanks man. Yeah, I'm probably not going to stay on much longer. I'm so close to getting this like pretty much done. So like just want to get that done, and then I'll be heading to bed because it's close to midnight. So this is my array. Let me just throw it in there. And these items are embedded in a JSON array like this. There we go. Into an HCL. I don't think I should. Maybe I should use a map into an HCL map where the key is the name and the value is the limit dot value attribute. Let's see if we can get that working. Okay. So I like its approach. It's taking kind of a two-step approach where it's doing JSON encode. All right. So let's do that. Let's JSON encode this guy. I don't think it's response. I think it's output. And then we're doing a for quota in this response object. Why is there a value? It's just that thing. Quota.name. Quota.properties. Is it a properties? Yeah, it is properties. Wow, it's good job. There we go. So now let's output quotas map. Output map. Yeah, there we go. Whoops, one too many of those. And let's just see if I can init this thing up and see if it works. If it's probably going to clang, at some point here. Like if anything at all is wrong. Value does not have any attributes. So this is going to JSON encode into this data structure right here. And basically this is going to be an object with an array of value. So I think what I need to do is go like that, because now this is going to be the quotas array. And then each item in that array should have a name. And then each item in that array should have a properties, which is a complex object. There we go. Voila. So now I don't need to output this local file, but I probably want to save this local file anyway, just for giggles. But I can remove why. Okay. I can remove the local file because I don't want to save. What's the point? I don't want to save it anymore. This is all good. This is all good and awesome. Yeah, you need that. Okay. Maybe I should put that into the example, right? Like, yeah, you should probably register the provider. It's not going to work if you don't do that. So I can move the depends on right there. And because I don't think my module should be responsible for registering your provider. Just saying, it might be cool and all, but no, it's not my module's job, man. So in the sample, I show you, yeah, you kind of need to have the RP registered and the rest I take care of for you. And so now I want to output the map. And so here I'm going to output the map. And we're going to see what we got here. Probably. Oh, crap. I probably should have done a move there or something. Yeah, it's all pissed off because I'm trying to unregister. Yeah, I probably just. Oh, what do you do? This resource should probably have an ignore if doesn't work kind of thing. It probably does. No, it doesn't. I don't think this is going to work unless there was some race condition and it actually did delete it. I think it did delete it. All right. I think this is what I was waiting in Minecraft. It's gonna wait on. It's gonna play some Minecraft while this RP registers. I probably should have thought of this. Oh my god! I'm in the middle of an island or ocean. Oh, it's done now. Well, crap. Okay. And there's my map. Wow, that is so baller, man. So let's look at my skew. Where's my skew at? I gotta wrap this up. I'm very, very close to getting this going, so that's exciting. I mean, this is going to be super cool. This is a read-only quota request, though, so I'll need to modify this to actually do a put on a quota request, which is going to be pretty sweet once that works. I'm pretty excited about that. Let me just pick one. Oh, can I not? Can I not grab console output while it's moving? Guess not. Wow, why is this like jacked up? It's like frozen. Is VS Code like crashing? Oh, I apologize. I'm a bad person. Oh my lord, what happened? There's some serious lag going on here. I just want to know. Okay. So we're back to this thing, and it's broken. Oh yeah, something's totally hosed. Close. Go away. New window. Compute skew. There we go. Just totally crapped out on me, man. So let me grab one of these families. Standard. I don't even know what this is. Okay. I mean, it's in there somewhere. Clearly not. I mean, that's a lot of things. Copy. Where's that family? Family. Hello, family. So you better be in here. Oh, there you are. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I have 0 of those. So what would be useful? That I mean, I could return a list of like quotas that you have empty that don't have anything. right? That would be kind of neat. So we'll say available, where you actually have available quota. So I'm going to say blah, 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 for X in that. Actually, I don't want to return an array. I want to keep it like a map. I'm going to say X dot, actually it's X and Y, right? Dude, how does it know what I'm gonna do? That's creepy, yo. That is straight up creepy. I love it. I absolutely love it. But that is creepy. Available. That's what we're doing. So now we should have nothing that's 0. It should all be greater than 0. This is gonna be an awesome module. I'm just saying. Like, oh, it's all. Wait, oh yeah, I'm deleting all the things that are 0. All right, wonderful. Now I want unavailable. How did it know? And now I want output available names. No, that's wrong. But in this case, I'm just going to do, I want to change the for expression to just return an array. This is something I'm just doing for validation purposes. Like, that's it. And I'm only going to output the name. And I'm going to put, so basically, if you're going to use this for validation purposes, then you're going to say, look, I only want to use SKUs that I actually have available quota, please. Right. And then this thing will go do that for you. And so you could do the negative as well, where it's like, give me only, is this contained in the unavailable names? Nice. That's cool. Yeah, man. I think ship it. I think this is good. This is pretty sweet. Not gonna lie. Let's just delete that. Don't need that. And do I need to fix up anything here? No, I am using all the parameters. I don't need the family anymore because I found a way to return all the families, which is sweet. So yeah, I think we're good to go. We have a new module, everybody. And I'm just gonna say available names. Let's get rid of family. That's stupid. I'm gonna change the example to available names. Okay. So that's my first sample. And nothing embarrassing is going up there. Quotas module v1.0.0. There we go. Git tag v1.0.0. Git push origin tags. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to go register this module. Publish module. And Terraform Azure RM quotas. Where is it? Oh, did I make it a private repo? I do that sometimes on accident. It's really annoying. Crap. How am I going to find that out? Let's go to repo settings. Is it private? Change visibility. Currently private. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Sorry. Yes. Let's make sure I'm on the right repo. Yeah. Make this public. Yeah, please. Wonderful. Okay. So it's like some default setting where it's like always, it's always like that. It's really weird. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. The documentation sucks. Sorry. Maybe another night I'll come back in and I'll update the documentation. But I guess I can just go show people like I could go post. Yeah, I could go post this. Like, this is how you can get back quotas for a given region. That's cool. That's cool, man. I think that's cool. Totally. So let's throw that on there. Change the color. There you go. All right, cool. Well, that was fun. Had a good chat with some new friends. Cloudhawk, Jay, Alexander Potts showed up. Who else showed up? Dave Sheeks showed up. Raji Fuja showed up. Bro showed up. Dakin showed up. Yeah, man. Dude, I used to have a boss who told me, you know what, Mark, sometimes showing up, I don't even think he said sometimes. He's like, Mark, showing up is half the battle. So thank you guys. It was fun. I appreciated the conversation and the chatter. And yeah, I think I made a pretty cool module tonight. This module will let you get the quotas that are available. So if you mash this up, you take my my compute SKU module, and you mash it up against this quotas module that I just developed, then you can basically validate like, hey, is this a valid SKU and is it available in this region for me? And then you can hopefully head yourself off, because I've been there. You have this massively awesome Terraform project and you go run it, and then like it craps out partially, like halfway through the Terraform apply, because guess what? You didn't have enough quota, right? Of course, there's going to be a reactionary validation. Like the Azure ARM control plane is going to be like, talk to the hand, you don't have enough quota, right? But Terraform might be halfway through the plan. It might be 75% through the plan, or through the apply, right, of the plan. And then you got this hanging chat of a resource group that you got to go delete. So it's no fun. It's no fun at all. Anyways, Cloudhawk, it is midnight. I'm going to bed. I just shipped this module. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. Happy Azure terraforming. This is the Azure Terraformer signing off.